Welcome to Exposure Pros. My name's Samuel, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about starting, planning, and structuring your business. Roll the intro. Okay, so step one is going to be getting started. In my personal opinion, I say use whatever camera you have laying around. So if you have an iPhone, great. If you have an Android, great. If you have an SLR, awesome. If you have a video camera, great. If you have a Red camera, then use it. But just get started. Of course, when we start, we don't know a whole bunch, and you're gonna feel dumb. You're gonna feel like you don't know what you're doing, and it's gonna feel hard and intimidating because you're gonna see all these other creators that do such a great job. But it takes time. You have to start somewhere. And starting, it's going to give you the ability to build that confidence and to learn from others and take bits from here and there and be able to build your own toolbox, to have all your tools in it, to be able to create your own style and to have your unique style that other people will see, and then they'll want to hire you because of that style. So after you've done that and you started creating your style, get out, talk to people, network, subscribe to YouTube channels. And of course, talk to people on Facebook and people in the community that can help you, or you can come and be a second shooter, or just to be an assistant to learn how other people do things. Talk to friends and family. That's going to be a huge one. So if you know somebody that owns their own business, you might be able to go out and get a job shooting something for them, a product or a commercial. If you have a friend or family member that's getting married, you might be able to not necessarily be their main photographer or their main videographer, but you could be like a backup, do your own thing and create your own film in it, and then get that experience. That's how you're going to build your portfolio. And then that's going to give you the ability to get bigger, better jobs and to expand and to grow. So after you build that network and you start to learn, you start to improve, then you can have an idea of things that you want to purchase, maybe some lights or a microphone or a better camera, a gimbal. There's a whole list of things, and we'll go over those things in a future video. But getting started is, again, that's the key function to starting a business. All right, so step two is going to be planning. I think planning is super important, and it's helped me a ton when it comes to actually feeling like I'm getting somewhere in business. When I didn't have goals and I just said, hey, I want to make films, or I want to make real estate videos or photography, I went out and I did those things, and then I continued to do them and I continued to do them, and I felt like I was just stuck in the same place, and I didn't feel like I was doing better or I was growing. And that's because I didn't have goals. I didn't track what I was doing. I just went out and said, hey, I'm going to do this. This is fun. So moving on, what I decided and what I learned is that I actually need to set goals. I use SMART goals because I think it's great to have something that's specific, measurable, attainable, and timely. That gives me the ability to say, I started on this date. By this date, I achieved that goal. So whenever we break things down, creating a goal gives you a lot more than just a beginning and end, but it definitely gives you the ability to have success. So when you look at success, it's completing something that you said you would do. So if you don't have something that you said you would do, like I said, you're just out there doing everything. You never get to celebrate. You never get to enjoy the progress and the steps in between, and then you never have an end point, so you just keep doing the same things over and over. Whereas setting a goal that's a SMART goal gives you the ability to have that start and then have a finish, celebrate it, assess the situation, and make a new goal and grow from there. So your goals don't have to be something, that is out of this world. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to make $1 million this year. It can be small. It can say, hey, I want to get one client, one job a week for a month. And then, boom, you land that. You didn't skip a week, you got everything done, everything's edited, and then you are able to say, I've completed this, I've succeeded, I'm going to set a new goal. So next month, I'm going to shoot for 2 clients or 2 jobs a week, and then you continue to grow through that. Where that becomes big is that over time you start to realize, okay, I have 5 jobs a week. I can only handle 3, so I need to start hiring another hand, or I need to start figuring a way to be able to adapt to these changes. So now you have new goals, you have new things that you're shooting for, you have new excitement, and it's a process that you can learn from and grow, and then you can have success at. So again, starting something or completing something that you said you would do is that success point. So get out there, make a plan, and then obviously make it a SMART goal so that you can make it specific, measurable, attainable, and timely. And then you'll go out there and you'll start to, before you know it, you'll look back and say, gosh, I really did grow and develop, and now I have an actual business that I'm functioning and doing things. And that brings us to step number 3. So step number 3 is structuring your business. So now that you have your style, you've been doing the jobs for a little while that are just for friends and family, and then you moved on to planning, and now you kind of have this plan of how you want your business to go and things to happen. Now you've actually created something that we would call a business. So structuring that is basically creating a legal entity that allows you to file it with the state and the IRS to actually have a legal business. So by doing those things, you have multiple ways. How I did it with Exposure Pros was I filed it as an LLC. The reason I did that is just to protect me and my family. It separates the business from us instead of doing a sole proprietor. In doing that, you create an EIN number as well. That's essentially your business's social security number. And then you can do business under that EIN number and then grow your business, develop it, essentially build credit under your business, and do much bigger things down the road. And you can take those two things and go to a bank and say, hey, I'd like to start a business account. I personally did 3 accounts. I have a savings, I have a checking, and then I have a tax account. So whenever I get monies for the business, I immediately take my percentage out, which is 25% is what I take out, and I put that in the tax account. So that's first and foremost before anything. And then I take X amount, however much I'm paying myself, out of the business, and I put that in my personal checking, and then everything else goes in the savings until I have something that I need to purchase, or a subscription, and whether it be Adobe Suites or if I need to get a new lens or whatever that may be, I put that in the business checking account to make those purchases. That allows you to keep a lot better records for when you do your taxes at the end of the year, and you have your write-offs and you have all that stuff that just you bring together, but that'll be a whole nother video. But creating that, structuring your business and creating that actual business, that legal business, is going to get you so much further down the road. At this point, you have a structure and you have a business that you've created. So congratulations on your business, and you're able to take that and to do work and grow and develop. And so now it's limitless. You have your step 1, you've gotten started. So you've developed your style, you've kind of done a couple of things under your own belt, and then we've planned. Step 2, we started planning, we put things together, we figured out exactly what we wanted to turn this into, and then we've kind of basically built a business, and then we actually made it legal, and we filed it with the state and with the IRS and the bank, and so now we have everything in place to go out and do work. So at this point, you should be getting jobs. You should be calling people, talking to friends and family, and talking to other businesses. Great place to start is the local small businesses around. That'll be another video that I do as well to take you guys along to show you the process from start to finish on how I contact people, how I land gigs, and what I do to set up for those gigs and get things going. So I do appreciate you guys taking a look at this video. It means a lot to me if you could go ahead and subscribe and like, and of course leave comments of things that you would like to see, or things that you'd like me to do, and I would love to try and accommodate those for you as well. So thank you for checking it out, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.